Yokoso, thank you for stopping by. On today's episode, I was just going to do a simple little build breakdown for you guys to just answer a lot of questions I've been getting about this car. So yeah, let's get right to it. Alright, for the exterior, almost everything is stock other than these wheels. And the two bumpers. That's about it. We do have the center exit exhaust. But other than that, that's pretty much all of the exterior modifications done to this vehicle. Two bumper and these little vinyl stickers on the trim add a little flair. But yeah, let's get to the wheels. Alright, so these are Krager D windows, 16x8 with a 5-inch back spacing offset. The tires are Falcon ZX's 205/50 16s. And if you look at the 205s on an 8, it's really not that stretched out. It can probably even run a 195 and it'll probably fit the rears better. And I can stick them out a little bit more. But yeah, that's the wheel and tire package. It rubs a little bit. As you can see, there's a little bit of rubbing, but it's not significant where you'd have to worry. So yeah, that's the wheel and tire package. Let's move on to the interior. So starting out, we just have your generic Sparco seat, Sparco rail on the standard seat adjuster. I can move it up and down and forward and back. A bunch of Autometer gauges, boost, the speedometer, the tachometer, the AM wideband, water temp, fuel level, and a Defi oil pressure gauge. The center shifter is a Cube Speed short shifter from Australia. Great brand. A Willwood Hydro e-brake with custom lines. Let's see. OMP, a 4-point, OMP 4-point seat belt with the harness bar tied into the fairly simple interior. What you'd see, I'd guess, in any other just stripped out interior. These roof lights fitted into the little seam of the roof, so they're pretty much hidden. But yeah, nice ambient light. Let's see, the roof. The sunroof is deleted. Just a Lexan Lexan that's glued in there, and it's got a couple support braces like this big. It's slid in there. Got some bracings on both sides. Steering, it's a MOMO steering wheel on a Subaru column connected to a Prius electric steering motor. So right now I have electric steering, so I'm able to just turn the car. It doesn't make any noises. It's very quiet and it's very easy. I think that concludes the interior. Let's move on to the engine bay. Alright, for the engine, starting off, it's a Toyota 1JZ VVTI. Made it to a Toyota R154 5-speed transmission. Let's begin. It's got these Yaris smart coils, ignition coils, a PSR 3076 turbo, Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator, HKF blow-off valve, a Moroso catch can. Let's see, that's the exhaust manifold is from CX Racing that I had to port and re-weld like big time. Have a oil cooler from Drift Motion, Summit Racing fuel filters, a Fluidampr crank pulley down there. I don't know if you can see that. On the turbo side, we have a 3-inch turbo back exhaust with a precision turbo 46mm wastegate that's plumbed into the downpipe, which is pretty nice. It's nice and quiet. The exhaust is full 3-inch all the way to the back, goes to a small Vibrant Performance resonator, flow-through resonator, and a Magnaflow 1:2 exhaust muffler. We have the Toyota Tundra alternator that's, I believe, 20 or 30 amps more than stock, just to run the electric fan and all these accessories. Yeah, that's about it for the engine. It's pretty much super basic. Yeah, let's carry on. For the trunk, we deleted the spare tire, and that's pretty much it. We have a sealed piece of metal down there, so it prevents all the exhaust fumes to accumulate inside here and get into the cabin. And then on top of that, we added a wood flooring just to clean it up and make it look nice. Yeah, the trunk is pretty much stock. Other than that, it's pretty much all stock. For the suspension and steering and brakes, we have H&R springs, lowering springs. In the back, I have Coney adjustable shocks, and up front, I swapped them out for these shocks for a Ford Mustang, a Fox body Mustang, just to shorten the stroke a little bit so I don't bind some suspension components. The rotor comes from a W126, which is vented and about 30-40 millimeters larger as well. And we do have the appropriate caliper with that one. All the bushings have been swapped out for new bushings, the upper control arm, lower control arm, the rear control arms. So it drives and runs really smooth. For the steering, I got rid of the steering box and pitman arm setup, and I switched to a 2012 Chevrolet Impala rack and pinion that's custom mounted and fitted to the original subframe. What that does is decrease the steering ratio from over 20:1 to about 12:1. So it's insanely quick and it's very responsive. So for me to run these Krager D windows, I did have to get these adapters. It's from a company called 8 Prints, and it's a 5x112 to 5x114 adapter, and they're about a half inch thick. So you do have to take that into consideration when you're buying wheels. You have to take a half inch off of the offset, or they're going to stick out a half inch more than what you think is correct. Yeah, let's throw the wheel back on and go for a little test drive. So, some people have asked why I've done this as it is, like a 1JZ swap Mercedes W123. And to really get down to it, we have to go back a few years. So back a long time ago, I used to have a 2008 Subaru WRX STI. And owning that vehicle for 10 years, you start modifying one thing and it leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And towards the end, it was pretty much a fully built block with some mild cams, upgraded valves, upgraded springs. Pretty much every single piece has been touched on the Subaru. But when it comes to smogging, I was paying over $300 just to smog it for the year because it's California smog, which sucks real bad. So I was fed up with that. I figured might as well try and find something 1975 or older, or something diesel that's pre-1998, so it doesn't have to deal with any diesel smogging laws or anything. And I was just on Facebook Marketplace just looking up random diesels, and this thing popped up for under $1,000. I was like, oh shit, might as well pick it up. Went down to LA, met some hippie lady that just completely destroyed this thing from the previous owner, which was the original owner. And there's still record books of her like bringing it to services and everything. But anyways, the hippie lady drove it to the ground, and driving this from Los Angeles to San Diego on the freeway was the sketchiest freaking drive I've ever done. But anyways, long story short, this build is a California street legal, mod friendly, 2-door, rear wheel drive, 5-speed, inline 6 single turbo vehicle. I mean, it's pretty insane. It's pretty much a poor man's Supra. That's what I always say. It's a poor man's Supra. But yeah, pretty much combining all of these things and a little bit of time, effort, and money. And possibilities are endless. You just have to just get the grind going and just do it. But anyways, let's go for a little test drive just to show you what everything combined is like. So yeah, thanks for listening, and yeah, let's get to it.